to the City of Newman regular meeting, August 26, 2025. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain stand for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion and allow us to grow closer as a group and nurture the bonds of community. May you bless everyone at this meeting and our residents. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilmember Pimentel.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ball.
Here.
Councilmember Tomlinson.
Here.
Councilmember Harden.
Here.
Mayor Graham.
Here. Any declarations of conflicts of interest? Not seeing any. Items from the public, non-agenda items. Anybody wishing to speak to the public, you can step up to the stand and we'll come right on up here. Good evening, welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening, folks. My name is Jorge Martinez. I belong to the Post in Gustine. And although we never get along over there, we're still the same group. All of us have got some kind of disability. Half of the men over there have got cancer, and they'll be gone soon. We have been trying our best to get a memorial, a flagpole here, and a flagpole in Gustine. There's money available within the budget of the chapter. I don't know how willing they are to let go of it, but speaking to the commander, it's available. I'm gonna share something with you I don't really like to talk about. My brother died maybe 8 days ago.
All right.
He died of Agent Orange. He'd been sick for years. He talked about suicide many times. Not that I blame him. He was so sick. He had tumors everywhere. He'd been to multiple operations. Everybody was just... his wife, she must have lost 50 pounds. I don't know. Poor woman. Finally, he died in sleep. She draped an American flag over him. They came and got him. They took him. I never got to see him. But veterans and the public in general in this area have no mental health services at all. I've been beating this drum, trying to get attention to the fact that with a little help from the city, we might be able to organize a Friends Anonymous program that costs no money. Nobody has to pay dues. You don't have to be an addict. You don't have to be a veteran. You just want a place to come talk. You're welcome. And with all my background, besides being in the military, I spent most of my time helping people as a social worker, as a child abuse investigator. I was a police reserve for the San Mateo County Reserves and the San Joaquin County Reserves, which is why I believe in law enforcement and why people need to know what the rules are, because it's really easy to, like today, I went to the city hall and I was talking to the woman behind the counter and a man comes in and starts yelling at her. And they were going at it, yelling. And essentially his story was that the city or the county planted a paper on one of his relatives' doors and they couldn't read it because they don't speak English, but the law is still enforced. And if you don't get it, that's still on you. If you don't understand what the paper says, you're still responsible. And those are the kind of problems that veterans face every day. We have nowhere to turn. And just because they're family members, nobody else is affected. They're only affected when it's their family member. And my search for a little awareness, for a little just agreement that we need a peer counseling program. That way we don't have to pay anybody for licenses. We don't have to do this or do that or jump through any hoops. A Friends Anonymous program would solve that problem. And in my own efforts to try to bring attention to this problem, I said, okay, I'm going to recruit veterans because we need more veterans. So I went to the West Side Index and I paid $87.50 to have this made so I could hang on my pop-up so I could sit there and welcome anybody who wanted to come talk. Well, I went to the city desk today. They said, you can't do that. You don't have insurance. You have to have insurance, you have to have permission, you have to have paperwork. I got away from paperwork when I left the Army, I had hoped, but you can't. There's more paperwork. And so I know that there's going to be more paperwork. I've resigned to that, and that's okay. You got to jump through the hoops and follow the rules. But I would still like some kind of understanding, some kind of support to this issue. I don't know if everybody at the hall would agree, or I'm at the VFW post in Gustine, but I don't believe at this point in my life I need approval from a bunch of old guys telling me if I'm doing right or wrong. Everybody makes up their own mind, and I'm sure we agree on that. But if anybody would like to talk to me about this, share their ideas, concerns, I'd be happy to talk to them.
Jorge, I'd like to say thank you for your service and your brother's service, and I'm sorry for your loss. I'm a veteran too, so I understand completely. I'm an Iraqi veteran.
Thank you.
So I understand completely. I know you were talking about a flagpole down here and one for Gustine. I know we have a memorial plan in the works for here, so maybe you can have something come down here and see what we have that's being worked with.
Well, I'd like to be a part of whatever planning goes on.
And so we have a memorial already, and Michael can speak to that more.
We actually have money in the budget this year to start the design. We've already gone through a public participation phase where we've had people out and out the plaza at farmers markets taking input. So we have a design that the council has approved. Now we're moving into the engineering phase, and we have money in the budget this year to begin that. We're just kind of wrapping up some stuff with the nature park, and then it's the same firm. We're going to kind of roll into that next phase.
So we already have a plan for one here, definitely, and we can get you involved in that too, and we can have somebody reach out to you.
That'd be great. I've talked to so many politicians in my life, no disrespect, but very few follow through with what they say. In the meantime, guys like me are still stomping the ground, holding the wall, and waiting for someone to do what they promised.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to leave my card with this young lady here. We spoke before the meeting started.
We
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
that. Thank you, George. Jorge. All right. Item number 8, consent calendar, waive all readings of ordinance and resolution except by title. B, approval of warrants. C, approval of minutes of the July 22nd, 2025 meeting. D, adopt resolution 2025 next number, resolution approving an amendment to joint powers agreement of the Central San Joaquin Valley Risk Management Authority. E, authorize the city manager to execute an agreement with Symbium to provide cloud-based software services to meet the requirements of Senate Bill SB 379. And F, adopt resolution 2025 next number, a resolution adopting the Measure L Master Funding Agreement for fiscal years 2025 and through 2030.
Move we adopt the consent calendar.
We have first and, can we have a second? Second. We have a first and second, go and vote electronically. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 9, public hearings. A, adopt resolution 2025 next number, resolution declaring the existence of a public nuisance under ordinance number 95-4.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'm here to report an abatement for property 737 Barrington Street. we are recommending moving forward with these abatements. It shall be unlawful for any responsible person to keep or maintain his or her premises in a condition detrimental to the public health, safety, and general welfare. No responsible person owning, managing, or having control, charge of occupancy, and building, lot, or premise within the city shall permit a public nuisance of any kind as defined in Chapter 8.02. To rain upon said premises or upon over public sidewalks, streets, or alleys between said premises and the center line of any public street or alley. I'm going to go ahead and move forward here. I know we've all kind of been familiar with this situation here. This is the property at 737 Barrington Street. If you notice, there are a few nuisances on the property itself. A lot of them stemming from the nuisance abatement portion, the 8.02.0830, conditions on premises that pose detriment to public health, safety, and welfare. Examples include landscaping to adjacent properties, as well as the requirements for off-street parking, paving, and grading and drainage. If anybody's going to go ahead and pour cement and things of that nature, they need to get permits doing it correctly to expand their driveway, and they must be all conditioned and surfaced correctly. Moving forward to the next image is a landscape image from the front. These are all actual pictures of today. There has been a location where the resident has also impacted our water utility box there as well, which is something that we look out for. There was also easements on the property all along Barrington that haven't been adhered to, as well as there are vehicles that are non-operating on that private property. Section 9.05.010 reinforces the city's stance on nuisances, declaring the storage of accumulating abandoned vehicles, wrecked, dismantled, or inoperable vehicles. It can diminish property values, contributes to blight, encourages vandalism, and poses a fire and health hazard. And it attracts rodents, insects, which are all detrimental to public health, safety, and welfare. Such conditions are declared a public nuisance and subject to an abatement under this chapter. Moving forward, there you can see the difference in height from the cement being poured, viewing south on Barrington Street. With that, in conclusion, we recommend that the council moves forward with this abatement. Now, I do want to let you know that the resident has came in and spoke to us and has set a timeline for himself to start removing vehicles from the private property. He did request time. We have a set timeline of about a month for him to start getting those vehicles out. He has started with the vehicles on the right side of this image here, and on the left side he has removed one. Nonetheless, we still move forward with this abatement in the event that everything in the event that things don't come to fruition and we have to move forward with that abatement. He has also been recommended to either remove the cement or bring it into I would say compliance state. There we go, that's the word, compliance state. And with that, I can answer any questions that y'all may have.
Any questions from council? I don't have any. It is a public hearing now. I'll open up to the public, even though nobody's here. All right. I'll bring it back to council, but before that, we're okay allowing him to work if he's making progress, correct?
Yeah, we've been working. He was a gentleman here at our last meeting. We've been working with him since then. He has made some progress. We do have a timeline for him to do it. He's supposed to be moving him a minimum of 2 cars per week. So I think he's got till the first week of September. He's got about 2 weeks to go to finish him off, and then he's got another 2 to 3 weeks after that to start finishing up on the landscaping. So the goal is to have everything in full compliance by the end of September, and trying to restore that property to compliance and consistency with the neighboring properties.
All right. I'll bring it back to council.
I move we adopt resolution number 2025, a resolution declaring the existence of a public nuisance under ordinance number 95-4.
First?
Second.
Yeah, first and second. Passes 5-0. Thank you for that, Ally.
Thank you.
Item number 10, regular business, report on the 2025 Trunk or Treat Halloween event in Downtown Plaza.
Again, Mayor, council members. This one's also right around the corner. Trunk or Treat is one of those things where we continue to work with the school district and the Newman partnership in efforts to bring a safer downtown trunk or treating experience for our community. Staff recommends that the City Council approve the Trunk or Treat Halloween event scheduled at the Downtown Plaza on October 31st from 5 to 9 p.m. The actual event will take place from 5 to 7 p.m., but we give extra time for downtown people, safety, and all that. The Newman Partnership has requested exclusive use of the 1300 block of Main Street as well. We close that down. And the plaza itself, absolutely no alcohol will be sold at this event. And the event organizer has made the following requests: exclusive use of the 1300 block, street closures at Main and Tulare and Fresno and Main Street, waive the downtown standard events in the areas of the cleanup deposit, which is actually a $1 million deposit, refundable upon satisfactory. I will as well be there as a city staff, making sure everything gets cleaned up. Traffic control cost devices, city-owned barricades will be utilized, and to waive the restroom and electrical use fee. Current standards indicate $25 for each. With that, in conclusion, we are asking that you take the Trunk or Treat event into consideration. And I can answer any questions that y'all may have.
Any questions? It's always a good event, so I appreciate your hard work for it. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I'll bring it back to council for action.
Move to adopt the report on 2025 Trunk or Treat Halloween event at the Downtown Plaza.
Second.
Yeah, first, second. Motion.
Thank you.
Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Ally. All right. Items from the city manager and staff. Michael?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a reminder, and we talked about it before, we do have that call with the governor's office. Just let me know if you want to move that. We have no planning commission this month, but we will have planning commission in September, and we are anticipating a planning commission meeting in October as well. City Hall will be closed for Labor Day. In response to our public comment today, we do, so we have a veteran circle planned for our grass area, County Court from here on the corner here between Fresno Street and Highway 33. We do have money in the budget to get that engineering and get the construction docks moving forward. So Thomas and I will talk a little bit about that. But again, RRM, who did the design work, is who we are anticipating moving forward with that. So we're just going to go over their proposal, and then we'll bring something back to you to see about trying to get that to move forward. And get the construction documents going on there. So, as you may recall, we did a very public process in terms of trying to get people to bring input into what they wanted to see in that project. We actually had the designers show up at a farmer's market, and they were out there, and we invited people into their little design charrette tent. We gave away prizes, and so we got a lot of feedback from people. So we have a design that the council has already approved. Again, it's just about engineering it and preparing construction docs. So that is moving forward. And in November, we only have one meeting in November, and unfortunately this year it falls on Veterans Day. So would the council prefer that we move that up or back a week to keep the Tuesday, or would you prefer just to bump that to the day after and do the Wednesday, like the 13th? Is there a preference on, do you want to just leave?
Move it to Wednesday?
That's fine.
Okay.
You guys are moving it to the Wednesday following?
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine, yes.
Okay, so we'll move that to the Wednesday following. So there's still only going to be one meeting in November, but we'll move that date to the to the 12th, because November 11th is, November 11th. So the new meeting date will be November 12th. And then, as you know, this Fall Festival weekend, I want to wish everybody a happy Fall Festival. Remember, just work with Allie a little bit. She'll get you coordinated for the parade. And then just lastly, Shane and I talked about it's college football season. Seahawks are getting ready to beat the 49ers. And looking forward to winning my fantasy league. With that, I can answer any questions you guys may have.
It's going to be a great weekend.
Mayor, council members again. On my side, we will be at the Fall Festival with the Kids Zone again. You guys are all welcome to come by on and check it out. I will meet with the council for the parade itself. I also want to remind you guys that the following week, September 6th, is the first day of soccer. Sherman Park will be extremely impacted. If you guys pass by or check it out, just remember to tell everybody else, drive slower on those days, just because it is the first day. Also, parking gets a little bit crazy out there, so we ask that the community understands that we try our best to make sure everybody's safe. With that, I can answer any questions that y'all may have.
I got one for Randy. Is there a chance that you might put that little speed radar sign out there, since it might slow people down and keep them at that 45? Because I already know the 45-mile speed limit's a little fast, especially with people and kids running across the street with them parking in the orchard.
We can certainly move it out there. The only downfall to that is we'd be taking a parking spot away by putting it on that side of the street, because the other side of the street is technically not our property, it's county. So if that's something the council would like us to do, it's easy to put it out there.
Yeah, a little deterrent, I think, would work.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ally. Chief Richardson?
Evening, Mayor, council members. It's good to be back. Glad to see all of you. Just a couple updates. Today we had the site team in town. 6 agencies were in town. They wrote 36 citations for, I believe, the 4 hours that they were here. So it's always good, especially at the beginning of the school year. We let a week go by, and then we, catch some people driving not well on their phones. Again, Fall Festival is this weekend. We will be out there. We have a booth at the southwest corner. A couple recommendations for parents out there listening, if anybody is. Take pictures of your kids before you go to the event. So when you do lose sight of them. It happens every year. You lose sight of them for a little bit. It helps us out to find them really quickly. But if you need an officer, you can go to the booth and we'll be around. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Chief. Thomas?
Good evening. Another Fall Festival. Public Works will be at Fall Festival. We've been preparing the park in the area for that, and we will also have a booth kind of by the stage, and then I think there's going to be the wrestling. We're going to be right by that. Please stop by and ask any questions about Public Works, general questions about the city. Additionally, we'll be speaking about the safety action plan and our T Street corridor plan, and I'm having some flyers for that, which will have a survey link, should be live by this weekend, and then answer many other questions, and then we do like to give a little candy out or some little trinkets to get people to come by. Additionally, you guys may have seen it or heard about it, and I've talked about it a couple times. The slurry seal project is currently ongoing. This week is the actual slurry seal part of it. That's where we restrict parking and restrict access to certain roads for the day of, approximately 8 to 5 during the day. It's recommended do not park or enter that area. And then that should be finished up by Friday. And there was a notice that went out to residents in that area that did have a date out to September. That's to cover the painting and striping that's going to go on once the slurry seals is finished. And after this week, we don't expect any restricted parking. We're currently working on some water line issues in the Ruth, Rill, and Lucille Avenue area. So just be cautious if you're in that area. That we will be Public Works will be working there for the rest of the week. and I can answer any questions you may have.
Have you heard anything from the county on Stir Road?
I have not anything more than what we last discussed, which was they are working. They had a crew come out to look at it, and I think they are working with some constraints.
I'll reach out to our supervisor and get an update.
It's going the same way again.
Thank you.
Bone?
Good evening, Mayor, Council. We did have two statewide master mutual aid requests. So we had a crew out at the Gifford Fire for 16 days, and we made it back safe and sound. And we currently have a crew out at the Garnett Fire in Fresno County. So if you could keep them in your thoughts and prayers, we'd appreciate it. We'll also be at the Fall Festival doing fire truck rides, and we'll love to see you guys out there. Come out, enjoy a ride with us, and get to know your local firefighters. And I can answer any questions you guys might have. Thank you.
Tim?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
I want to congratulate Chief Richardson on the Grand Marshal Fall Festival. That's that's an honor. Better than that, yes. Thank you.
Nothing.
No, just again, I know it's been hot doing sports and coaching football and whatnot. We had a lot of people out there this weekend, triple digits, and a couple people who fainted. So again, just make sure if you're out there, you're hydrating. So again, excited to see everybody out there and glad to be back. So.
I just wish everybody have a great fall festival, be safe, and enjoy the day, or the weekend, that is. So thank you guys for all your work and input. Ask for adjournment.
If we adjourn.
First. Second.